going on, fellow junkies? Horror Junkies 509, Kyle 13th coming at you again today, you guys, and I hope you're all out there having one hell of a killer day, because I know I am. It's been a good week, but as the weekend comes around, we get even more excited because we don't got to go to work. Hopefully you don't have to be in school. We all just get to relax, and it's just a better overall feeling. But, I know it's past, but you guys, I really gotta say I really enjoyed all the festivities of Jaws' 50th anniversary, all the stuff that came out, all the praise, and all the really neat things they did to celebrate this movie, because it is 100% one of the most important movies that has ever came out. It is the original summer blockbuster. It still stands alone as one of the greatest shark movies of all time. Still, no other movie has topped it. I don't think it's even possible. The sequels are terrible, give or take. I do like the sequels, but, I know they're not as well received as the original. And I just got to say, I really have enjoyed, the things that NECA did. The filming locations had a big old celebration. Richard Dreyfuss was there, signing autographs and doing really cool stuff like that. There's popcorn buckets, there's new releases, 4Ks, 50th anniversary documentaries, and I've been trying to snag it all and do as the best I can. I've missed quite a few things, but hopefully it'll come back around. I really wish I would have gotten the Jaws head popcorn bucket from AMC. Gonna be looking for that for the rest of my life, because now that it's not gettable, of course I can go on eBay and that thing's going to be absolutely ridiculous. You guys, if you haven't seen my review of the Jaws NECA figure, seriously go check it out. It's amazing, and you'll probably see it in this video too, because we're talking about Jaws and we're going to continue that fun. Yes, the 50th anniversary has gone, but I'm still celebrating it. I've watched the movie, excuse me, 3 or 4 times, honestly, just enjoying it. I've been watching the sequels, and it was really funny because this last weekend, Angelina was like, hey, we need to go out of town so we can get my ring cleaned, because we have to do that every 6 months to keep the warranty and all that stuff, to make sure if any diamonds fall off, they'll replace it for free as long as we do this every 6 months. So it was time. We had to go do it. We went out, got the rings cleaned. We went out to dinner, and then I was like, hey, can I step into Target real quick and just see what they got? And I really lucked out. I didn't luck out as much as I could have, but, I'll take it for what it's worth, you guys. And so I'm going to be going over what I found today, and that is going to be the Jaws 50th Anniversary Ultimate Matt Hooper action figure, you guys. I couldn't find Quint. He wasn't there. I tore the Target apart trying to find him, but I'm really excited to actually have this and add him to the Jaws figure that I got of the shark. Really cannot tell you how excited I am about that figure. It's absolutely amazing. This looks phenomenal as well. I can't wait to tear this open and get right into it and review it for you guys today. So Jaws lives on. What's it gonna be like when we're at Jaws 100th anniversary? Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit older, maybe not around. I'm hoping to be around at Jaws 100, but I guess we'll see. It's gonna be a whole different world by then. But the 50th anniversary, it was here, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And look at all the great stuff that we got out of it, you guys. Still haven't bought in the 4K. I want to get Jaws in 4K. It's gonna happen. I need to see that documentary, but. We're going over Matt Hooper today, and I'm going to call him by the right name, because when I did the review of the shark, I was calling him Hopper the entire time. But this is Matt Hooper, and we're going to get it right this time, I promise. So let's go ahead and check this out, tear right into it. We're going to review this bad boy and just see how good it is. And if you stay to the end, I will show some pictures up close. I will have some pictures of it with the shark and everything, you guys, and we'll just keep this rock and rolling. And then someday when I can find Quint, I'll have him too. And then if we ever can get ourselves together and get a Brody figure, I know his family is not letting it happen, but we can find a way. I know there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way, and someday they're gonna let it happen. And I just hope, of all hope, that it does happen. I want a Brody figure. So let's go ahead and take a look at the box. This bad boy, we got a really great picture of Matt Hooper, Richard Dreyfuss, right here on the cover. Honestly, I really enjoy this character in the movie. I really enjoy all the characters. They are so important to the story, but, I always kind of enjoyed Hooper, how kind of a goofball he is. Like his little weird love-hate relationship with Quint, as well as Brody, but then they have their little bromance here towards the end of the movie where they're singing, showing each other their scars and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's a really kind of fun movie and just really kind of show how well these characters were developed. And so we got a good picture of that. It says the Ultimate Hooper action figure, Jaws 50th anniversary. We got Jaws at the top, Ultimate Hooper. We got some great pictures on the side of the original cover as well as the Ultimate Hooper. We do have some great pictures of the back showing you all the things you can do with this figure. And it's really got a lot of great options of, different things you can do, different ways you can display the figure, and all the credits, of course. And on the back, it says it includes a duffel bag, a shark dart, a gaff stick, a cup, a crushed cup, oxygen tank, gloved hands, interchangeable heads, hands, and arms, you guys. So we're going to be able to dig right on into this and see absolutely everything. And let's quit waiting. Let's rock and roll. Got my little figure knife. And I actually had to double check because this was the only Hooper figure that was at my Target. And the box looked a little wonky, so I had to make sure everything was in there before I bought it. But hopefully we don't find out I missed something. Oh yeah, but now the hunt is on for Quint. I need Quint. Oh yeah, and I forgot, we got to do this little part. So we do have the picture of the figure. Like, I always really like these side clamshell pictures because they really show a good image of the figure, posed using some of the accessories and stuff like that. And then we got the main event. We got a lot of stuff to go over. So let's go ahead and dig right into it, you guys. Sorry, I got a little bit ahead of myself. But, it is what it is, and it's all in good fun. All right, we are done with the box. All right, as far as a backdrop, we do have kind of a cool one. It is a picture of, a backdrop of the orca on the ocean. So you could definitely use this as a really cool backdrop for the figure if you get it. I think it's really kind of a fun option for anybody who wants to display their figures with this. I don't personally do it, mostly because I don't have the room. All right, you guys. And we got our main event right here. We got our Matt Hooper figure with all the accessories. A lot of stuff is behind it, so you can't quite see it as good. But it's looking like I didn't miss anything, and I guess we'll dig right in to make sure of that. For sure, because you don't want to find out much later. All right, you guys. So some of this stuff is reminiscent of what we got in the Jaws, the shark figure. And so we do have a nice shark hook or, ocean hook, whatever you want to call it. It's only got one hook when the other one's got like 5 barbs on it. But that is kind of for the Jaws game. But that's still kind of cool. I think it's really cool that all these accessories and the ones that come with a shark are going to be able to be utilized for these guys. And also the figures, the accessories that came with the, Quint and Hooper are going to be able to use for the shark as well. So I think that's kind of cool. As we spoke about earlier, we have his styrofoam or plastic cup. But if you want to have that scene right after Quint crushes his beer can, we got his crushed cup. So, he's trying to copy Quint a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. All right, we got a solid plastic duffel bag, but, he's got the little strap so he can carry it just as he does when we first see him in the movie. Looking pretty good. It's got a good zipper detail and some leather straps on the top. But after that, it's a little bit plain. But, I mean, what more do you expect from a duffel bag? All right. Get here. My watch is telling me what to do. Can you believe that? You're ruining the video, lady. All right, and so now we got the gaff stick or whatever it is. Like, it's got the little shark poker, so he can actually poke the shark with the tranquilizer or whatever he was doing. So that's looking pretty good. Nice to see it. And the one thing I'm excited about this one is this comes with a larger oxygen tank. This will definitely be going in the shark's mouth because the one that came with the shark is pretty small. I definitely want a bigger one so it can stand out with the figure on display a little bit better. So I was really excited to get this, and this will be going to the shark for sure. Oop, I dumped out all the heads here, but I don't want to go over those yet because I want to go over this one other thing real quick because it'll make it a lot easier. Oh dear gracious me. Things are dumping out. Our pets' heads are falling off. Not really, but hey, here we are. I just wanted to show this as a whole to kind of make it a little bit easier. So right in here, we do have all the alternate hands, the alternate arms, and the gloved hands and stuff like that. So you are able to, you know, if you want him with his jacket on, you want him with his jacket off, and you want him with his sweatshirt, you can do that. You want him bare hands, you want him with gloved hands. You can really do it all, do all the different options and variations of him as you see him in the movie. So I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but you will see this stuff in the pictures at the end. So have no fear. So let's go over all the heads. We got 4 heads altogether, which is quite a lot for this. But it's funny because every single head, it's kind of serious. And I always see Hooper as kind of the sillier character. He really kind of has a lot more fun. He's a little more childish, a little more playful. So it was really kind of interesting to see, like, we don't have much of a silly head here. So we do have him with his glasses on, serious face, and his beanie. So I always liked him in his beanie the best, and so that's probably the head I will be displaying mine with. I look at these, and I really wish they would have had the face where he's like sticking his tongue at Quint, because I think that would have been absolutely hilarious. And I always loved that part where he just gives, almost basically flips him the bird, but you know, uses that little, I don't know what do you call that gesture, and then spits his tongue at him. Love it. I think it's something I would do, something I've probably done. And then next one, we got kind of a little smirk on. He got his glasses on, and he's got his bucket hat. So if you like his bucket hat a little bit better, you can display him with his bucket hat. And these things are really well sculpted, you guys. It looks really good. I think they really captured Richard Dreyfuss's look really well. All right, now we got really serious face with no hat, no glasses. So he means business right here. This is maybe like right when he's getting ready to jump in the water or something like that, when he's going to be in the cage and stuff before he puts his goggles on. But awesome. Really excited to see this stuff. All right, you guys. So we are going to bust out the main event. You guys have been patient with me. Let me get this so we can see everything else that this figure has to offer. It's always exciting. I feel like they made him really, the figure kind of short. I know he's not a super tall guy, but the figure is just noticeably short to me. Like, I don't think it's inaccurate or anything like that, but just something I noticed, just an observation. Try and get all these things off without cutting myself. It's always a trick. And they got him all over his upper body. They got him all around his feet. So this, just bear with me here. What has been your guys' favorite thing about the Jaws 50th anniversary so far? Like, I really have to say the figures have been my favorite thing. Has the new Blu-rays or 4Ks been your bag? Have you enjoyed the popcorn buckets? Were you lucky enough to be able to go to the 50th anniversary at the filming locations? The Martha's Vineyard, I believe it's called, over on Amity Island. I really think that would have been so cool, but just that wasn't an option for me. If it was an option for you, I am purely jealous, and good for you, honestly. All right, now we got him free as a bird, as they say. If the plastic doesn't let go of him, there we go. All right, you guys, and here we go. We do have the Matt Hooper figure released. Let's go ahead and take a good look at him. I really think they have such a good sculpt on his face and his hair. It really just looks a lot like the actor. They did a really good job. I'm enjoying all the sculpting they did on his denim jacket, his little Canadian tuxedo that he's got wearing on. Looking really good. I'm really happy with this. Let's go over articulation a bit. So the head is completely on a ball joint, so you're going to be able to let this guy look wherever he wants to go. His shoulder joints can go all the way around. The in and outs are going to be looking good. We do only have a single elbow joint. I think the double elbow joint is probably the best thing they've ever invented in figures, and I think every figure needs a double elbow. Single joint elbows just don't do the trick anymore, because especially if he's trying to drink his cup, you can't do it with a single joint as well. You can try and mimic it, but I feel like the double joint is the bomb. So that's me. You do have good wrist articulation, looking pretty good. Some of the joints are feeling kind of stiff, just like any new figure. So make sure you're being careful. I know a lot of people recommend using hair dryers or warm water. I don't personally do it, but I'm not saying it's wrong. I just don't do it. You know, he does, looks like he does have an abdomen crunch a little bit, so that's looking good. Waist swivel's looking nice. Thighs obviously looking pretty good there. We do have a single knee joint, which I would expect. I'd be pretty surprised if they had a double knee without a double elbow. Looks like, you know, the shoes can rock back and forth a little bit, but doesn't look like they're on a ball joint. So it might be kind of interesting as a stander, but we will find that out relatively soon. But honestly, I think the accessories are looking pretty good. I actually love the sculpt. I think the paint up is looking really good. The likeness is absolutely there. And I'm really enjoying this figure. I cannot wait to see it along with the shark. And once I get Quint, once I have the whole set, I know I had to say whole set with the shark, Quint, and Hooper, sorry. Those are going to be the three until we get a Brody, which we may never get. But anyway, let's go ahead and test out see if this guy's going to be a stander. And, you know, something new that's been requested. They want me to film the hurricane test, so let's go ahead and see if we can do that. All right, fellow junkies, so this was a request from one of my most regular viewers, commenters, a long time viewer, and you know we talk a lot about my videos and stuff like that. His name is Phantom Collector. He requested to actually see the hurricane test with the figures, and so we're gonna go ahead and give that a try. And if you guys like this, let me know, and this is something I can definitely continue to do. I have a different setup here, so it's this is something I can definitely do. So if you guys like it, let me know. So let's go ahead and see if we can get him stood up. Of course, he's out of the picture kind of, so let's see if we can readjust this. Like I said, this is my first try, so I definitely want to give it my best here. But if we have to adjust in the middle of the video, I'm not afraid of that. All right, that's looking pretty good. I want to make sure we got him in a good stance, like a normal stance. Like, you want to be able to know if you're going to be able to display him perfectly. All right, so we got him standing in the picture, so let's go ahead and see. It's not perfect. I think his feet might be a little bit wonky, but, if he falls, we'll readjust and see what we get. So here's what the hurricane test looks like. You guys, I think we got a stander here. I think there's still some adjustment. I know his leg's kind of wonky, but, I feel like it worked. And so I can't really have a problem with it necessarily. Things are going to change when you add or subtract accessories. But I think our Matt Hooper is going to be a stander. Yeah, looking good. All right, Roger, so that was for you. Let me know how you liked it. Obviously, I'll get a little bit better at it now that I think I got the tilt correctly on my other tripod. But you know what? I think the amazing sculpt on this, the paint up, it's looking absolutely great. All the accessories, all the little options that you have, you can really display them any way you want, you guys. There's really not a way to really go wrong with this figure. I really enjoy that he's a good stander. I think he's going to look great with the shark. All the alternate heads, his weapons, you can go take his jacket off. You can just have him in a sweater. I think this is a really great figure, and I cannot wait to add Quint to it. I give this figure an absolute 9 out of 10. The only thing that could have made this thing perfect is if they had the head sculpt where he's sticking his tongue at Quint. That's what I want because, this makes Hooper seem like a real serious and no-nonsense character, and he really wasn't. He was actually the funnier character, the more lighthearted, more childlike character, and I think that's absolutely great. And that's why one of the reasons why I absolutely love Hooper in the movie, because I feel more connected to him. I'm not afraid of water like Brody, and I'm not the old salty sea dog like Quint. But I feel a little more connection to Hooper. So that's going to be my review on the Ultimate Matt Hooper figure from Jaws for the 50th anniversary, you guys. I hope you absolutely enjoyed this. 9 out of 10, 100%. Gets an absolute solid. And for everyone else that, this is the first time I've ever filmed the stand test. If you guys liked it, let me know down in the comments. Roger, let me know what you think, if I need to modify it in any way, shape, or form, or if it just works. Anyways, you guys, so that's going to do it for me. Horde Junkies 509, Kyle 13 signing out just until next time. You guys already know it. I've been sentenced to life. I am a horror lifer. And you guys have a killer day and stay bloody and, until Horde Junkies 509 rides again. Is there anything I need to add? I think that's going to do it. Stay bloody and have a killer day.